What is good, y'all? SGG Game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Indianapolis Colts rebuild, baby. And today we're getting into what could be a very, I would say, very big, at least a tougher matchup than what we've seen here recently, as we have the Miami Dolphins, who are 4-3, finally facing a team over 500 for the first time in a while. But as you can see, there's a lot of things to kind of get through this week. If you guys are enjoying the series so far and like some of the decisions and moves that we've made, hit a video with a like, comment, and subscribe down below for your boy. So that way I know you guys are really enjoying the series. Now, getting things kicked off with a little bit of scouting help here. We'll have a more deeper scouting video as we jump into the bye week. But here, we got to, of course, go ahead and get our national scouting focuses up here. And one of the weakest points of the team that actually is a strength in the nation is cornerbacks. We've seen progressively that our cornerbacks are getting abused, so maybe getting a high-end corner could help out with that too as well, to patch along with Vince and Kenny Moore Jr. Getting a third guy in there to have a pretty strong DB core, because I think our safeties are pretty elite too as well. And we get a chance to look here at mock draft too. As you can see here, you know, obviously only one quarterback in the top 6. Over here we have 2 quarterbacks in the top 5 now, as jumping 147 spots is Hunter Williams. A to C, D in a short accuracy, B on his medium accuracy. Throw power is solid to good. So I'm not really seeing why he would be up here. He doesn't really have good movement. Doesn't really kind of throw the ball. I'm not seeing a whole lot of A traits here. So all the way as round 1 projection, I'm not sure why he's a top 5 pick at the moment, jumping up almost 150 spots. I don't think it's worth it, but I mean, hey, obviously they do. Now, as far as other draft picks, you see the Texans here going with a right tackle. The Titans picking top 3 right now, going with an edge rusher. Where do they have us slotted right now? As you can see, a lot of edge rushers going early, a lot of defensive talent going early in this first round. So we got another quarterback going here at 25 for the Falcons. And you can see us at 28 going with a right tackle, apparently by the means here, as we did skip over the Jaguars, who are going receiver Chandler Hart. But they want us to get right tackle Marlon Burley. B pass block, I'm not mad at. B to D run block. But I don't think really offensive line is something I would be focused on here early. Now, of course, it depends on who we're able to sign back and everything like that. So we might be in the market for some O-line, some starters. A run block power is not too bad. And you know, we run a power running scheme. We run the ball pretty effectively. So he might be a good fit for us. He fits the scheme, being a power archetype. So, I mean, hey, you never know what could happen. He could end up being a pick for us. Now, going ahead into this game, we have a upgrade here for Anthony Richardson. Haven't seen too many from him this year, but they have helped out with his accuracies just a little bit. So we're going to go strong arm here to get the deep accuracy. Exactly what I wanted to see. +2 on that, +1 on his medium. Getting all those kind of balanced out here. About mid 80s for all of them, mid to low 80s. I'm not mad at it. Maybe work on his throw on the run a little bit, since that's still yellow. Because we do have a move out of the pocket quite a bit. So for a mobile quarterback, I think that throw on the run is actually pretty low, which is surprising. But one thing that isn't low is my man Jonathan Taylor's rushing stats. My boy is leading the league in yards, touchdowns, and attempts, to be fair. And then you got somebody like Anthony Richardson as well, about mid-tier in all those categories, except for I think touchdowns. He's top 3. So definitely doing the most amount of work when we're up there in the red zone to get us these scores. But here we're going up against the speediest team in the league in the Miami Dolphins. We're going to go ahead and toss this one out to Jonathan Taylor, flexing our speed a little bit with the triple option, not able to get too far, as he's coming off one of his worst weeks this season. Actually held under 100 yards for the first time, going only 80 yards and 21 carries. So it's not like we didn't give him the workload. They actually just kind of locked up the run last game. So we got to go ahead and get that back early and pop in. So, you know, I'm going with 2 quick, maybe make that 3 quick rushing attempts here. Is the first 2 to go to Taylor. Last one here to Anthony Richardson, showing his legs as well, getting tackled out of bounds. 2nd and 2, little play action read here. Throw. He looked like he might have been wanting to go deep on that one. Held it a little too long. It ends up in the dirt, thankfully. So no, big boy pick 6, but we'll drop back here on 3rd and 2. Throw goes out. Trying to hit his new man Kyle Pitts there, gets knocked out of his hands. And of course, you know, we're going for a 4th and 2 here. We got to make a statement against a good team early, and it does not pay off. So for y'all that's thinking that, like, you know, I'll be trying to play this game as fair as possible when I be on the sticks, you know, and try not to just use cheesy plays and stuff like that, because obviously, you know, anybody can beat the computer when you played as much Madden as me. So I try to make it as realistic as possible. So, hey, not every time I go for it on 4th down, though, it is going to be emotional calls. And that's exactly why I wanted to go for it on 4th down, as Tyreek Hill, the fastest receiver in the league right now, because I'm not in there Imagine his luck getting into the end zone 2 plays in. And just like that, we're down 7-0. We could have still had the ball. So not every time it's going to work out. But what will work out is these triple options here. We go out to Jonathan Taylor. Good juke move to get back to the inside. Probably didn't even have to. As if Josh Downs wasn't just chasing his man and just turned upfield. Probably could have got a block that led to the zone. But we got to score down too. We already had our first drive and we didn't do anything with it. So now Anthony Richardson is going to get out with his legs. He's going to take a first down and drag him forward for about 5 more. As when we run the ball, we look pretty good. Get the quarterback moving, get the running back moving. Set up a couple of play actions here as we have a great read on Kyle Pitts there on the outside. Wheel route was left wide open. They looked like man coverage on him and left the linebacker on Pitts. And when you do that, y'all must not seen the Florida highlights. That boy is too good in receiver coverage to be leaving him with a linebacker. But Devon Archain, we didn't watch his footage either because apparently he's got too much speed in daylight to just be leaving wide open gaps on the offensive line. Devon Archain, big body carry. I think that was 75 yards all the way up the field too to retake the lead back from Miami. And just in one play, they went in and answered right back with their lead. But we're trying to do the same thing here. Kyle Pitts going up and coming down with it. Wait, no? It looked like he tapped his toes in. I'm going to have to come back and challenge this one. I know it's probably a little bit early and we obviously could be losing a timeout, but I'm sure he touched his feet down. He jumped up, grabbed it. What kind of fall is... Hey, yo, how does the feet just stop in midair that he just does a backflip? Nah. And they said wow, that's crazy. He went to go tap his feet, hit an invisible wall, and then rolled on his back. That is crazy, but you know ball don't lie. So, of course, we're going to get the first down right back with Anthony Richardson as he is playing big body quarterback play right now, getting us all the way up the field here. 1st and 10 again. Looking to roll, throws the Pitts. First down grab. 3 for 7 on the day, and I'm pretty sure all 3 have been to Pitts, if I'm remembering correctly. At least Pitts has 3 targets. Might have 4. As we go to get this one out, going right back to him again. This time he's going to go ahead and shrug his way into the end zone. Slipping past one diving defender and getting behind the other one. I guess he believed in his teammate. Look. Hey, yo, if you don't get them TikTok dances out of here. But, guess he believed in his teammate a little too much there. Let Kyle Pitts get straight to the zone. And just like that, this game is back tied, 14-14. And this is exactly what we thought we would see here. I mean, Miami has a high-powered offense, a lot of speed. We have a very good defense, so we're trying to finally get one of our first stops here as that run gets them first. So why not go right back to it? Same type of run right up the middle here, following his fullback, but Devon Archain is going to go down on the ground. Injury timeout for him, so he's going to leave the game. We'll have to see if he comes back. But it's not going to matter if he comes back, at least right now, because their drive is over. As Kenny Moore Jr. undercutting Tyreek this time. I mean, if you leave that over his head, that's a touchdown. So that's a huge gamble. But it definitely paid off as we get the interception that gives us the ball right back to start the second quarter. We're still in plus territory here. 2nd and 10. Dropping back. Throw goes out. He's got a wide open Alec Pierce. My man averages about 1 to 2 targets a game, and he always capitalizes on every single one, too. As he gets us enough for the first down, we'll come right back with a screen. Throw out to Jonathan Taylor, getting up the field enough to get us to at least in the red zone. And on the last play previous to that, looks like Brian Kelly had bruised his sternum, so he's going to be out for the game. So we got backup center, and we'll have to see how the offensive protection holds up here. And this time, maybe afraid of that protection, throws a pick right to the Miami linebacker. That is Long Jr. going and picking that one off. Looked like we had a pretty clean pocket, but none of the receivers got open. The zone coverage read it, or Richardson just kind of got blind there. Is here again, perfect coverage. As we've been holding them, they've been holding us. Who's going to break through for the next score? Here's Kyle Pitts. Breaks through a couple tackles. And just like that, we're already over 100 yards in the first half. This hasn't happened too many times in the season when passing the ball goes well. As Richardson's going to take it to the outside. A lot of speed there. That is Jalen Ramsey coming and taking him down. And I feel like Richardson might be faster than Ramsey, but I don't know. I could be tripping. As we're going to go ahead and go right back to him, though. Getting back on these legs as I saw it, though. Jonathan Taylor looked like he might have been open for a split second if Richardson had kept his eyes up, but he had eyes on the end zone. ready to run that thing. Look, he's trying to run again. Ends up having to just throw that one out. I think if he stays calm in the pocket, he probably could have found a dot there. But 3rd and 3 because of it. Dropping back. He's going to roll to his right. Have room here. Throws it out. And what did I tell y'all about Pierce? 1 to 2 targets a game, and he converts them all. Getting us 1st and goal here. We'll go ahead and go off the trusty Dusty for yet another airplane touchdown. The landing is just so smooth. And Jonathan Taylor, look at that, bringing the teammates over. What we got for us today? Oh, hell no, that was not rehearsed. That is not what I told y'all to go do. I give y'all about 15 minutes every day of practice just to practice celebratory dances in the end zone. And that's what y'all came up with as a team? Yeah, I'm about to cut that segment from practice next time. If that's how y'all gonna waste my time, I'm not doing it no more. Y'all team celebrations better pick up, because that ain't it. Now, Miami does have the ball, getting closer and closer to their territory. As on 2nd and 10, they go with a little, looks like a tight end screen here, which we sniff out for a short gain of 4. 3rd and 6, Tua in the gun, throws it out to his receiver, and that's a great catch there from Jalen Waddle. Getting past Kenny Moore Jr., who probably tried for the interceptions, just shrugs him off, and then they're going right back to the tight end yet again. I think that is Gesicki. Oh no, Cole Kmet, who is on the Dolphins now. Interesting. I did forget to go look at the rosters there. So Cole Kmet now on the Miami Dolphins to help out with their passing threats too as well. And obviously being a big help there that time around. We're coming close to halftime, and Miami is trying to get this game back even. Motion out by the running back. Got somebody following that up. Throw goes out to him for the 1st down. They're going to get him down on the ground. They're going to call their first timeout here. There's only 10 seconds left. 2nd and goal here. Swing pass out to the halfback. Trying to maybe get out of bounds, but we tackle him in. And they'll go with timeout number 2 and just go ahead and settle for their 3 here with 6 seconds left. I think you still have time to run one more play. Why not go for the touchdown? But instead, they'll play it safe and just head into the halftime break. Down 21-17. Hanging his head a little bit low, but of course this game is close. They've got pretty much the same amount of snaps as us. They've been passing the ball like crazy though. Only 5 rushing attempts. We haven't seen too much ever since Devon Achane has came out of the ball game. So maybe they feel like the run game is no more. But of course that leads us into halftime here where Jacksonville looks like they are up over Green Bay heading into their halftime, looking to maybe start up another win streak. Obviously they were 3-0 to start the year, then lost their next 3. And now so far, looking like they can win 2 in a row. You got the Cowboys and Steelers playing up north. Cowboys dominating as they're looking to go on their way to a 7-1 record. Staying as one of the only teams with only 1 loss. And Pittsburgh looking pretty sad. As we come back here, looks like they're going to come out of the half with that run game, get it back popping, as it's Evans in the backfield. Now I guess we're really not going to see Achane come back to this ball game here, as they probably do need to mix in the run a little bit. They've been doing nothing but mostly passing. Of course, we're going to start keying in on that. And there was a chance to possibly get a sack. And I just wanted to point that out to us. Look, I know I sold out on it. The user in me, the Madden player in me actually sold out on that because I felt like a run was coming in. And then I also felt like it was kind of cheap to get that sack when realistically they're probably not coming in that die hard. If they are, they have low awareness and they're probably sitting on the bench the next play. So I went ahead and moved out the way for the sack. It was not supposed to be that way. But here on 3rd and 15, we almost go to end the drive, but I guess ball don't lie. They were supposed to get that first anyways. He just shrugged off Pierre Collins, who was coming in pursuit, but just took, I guess, too bit of a over-the-top angle. Here he tries to step down and gives up a long touchdown. I guess you can't completely fault that on him. I thought I could trust my one-on-one out there with my DB, and our boy Julius Brents let me down. As Tyreek scores and gives them back the lead, it's now back up to our offense to go ahead and make something work here. And that's a beautiful example of give ground to gain ground, as Taylor ran backwards a little bit to give himself a little bit more wiggle room. And they just closed in on 4 yards of what could have been a 0-yard gain. And we come right back to him through the air. As our pass game has kind of slowed down too as well recently. Dropping back all day to throw. Finds Josh Downs on the drag route as he gets lifted by Jalen Ramsey. And we're coming in here to the close of the 3rd quarter. We're going to snap this thing off up the middle. Jonathan Taylor shrugs off one tackler and gets taken down at the 31. Gun formation here. Pitts wide open on the corner route there. Almost deflected off the DB, but gets taken down by 3. That is it now. It's 1st and 10. We're staying in the shotgun here. Rolling right. Throw to the halfback. Taylor. Ooh. I guess apparently trucking his way into the end zone. My boy stands up like a pin or a penguin or something. I really have no idea how we even got in on that one. As I'm going to be 100% honest, I didn't see anything cross the line. So great job by Jonathan Taylor. Let's look at the replay here. Catches it. Is it going to show it? Trucks his way forward. I don't see any of them feet go near that end zone, but hey. Okay, I was about to say, well, hey, I'll take it, but it looks like they are going to go back for a booth review since this is a scoring play. And of course, they end up revoking and overturning that one. So a little bit more time to waste off the clock here. So we'll go ahead and hand this one off though to Taylor. He'll go ahead and finish up the rest of his work here right before the end of the 3rd quarter and give us our lead right back. And now it's up to Miami. Down 4. Tua launching one deep off his back foot, and he's got a receiver wide open. Somehow able to make the jump throw work to end the 3rd as Jalen Waddle in one play puts them onto their side of the field already, and they're going right back to the pass. Throwing it right over the middle. He's got his receiver wide open. I could not see who that was exactly. You can see the name on that one, and then here, Bell almost making a great play. Everybody missing Tyreek though. I saw the vision. He came up. He looked like he might have had a play. Just missed it and the tackle going for the ball. And then 3rd and 7. Clear pass over the middle to Tyreek. That boy Tyreek has to have 3 touchdowns already, ain't it? It gives Miami right back the lead. And we've been playing back and forth pretty much this entire game. Touchdown for touchdown. The only thing that's been different is the fact that we only gave up 3 in that one drive. If we had given up a full touchdown, we'd be down by 7 right now, but instead only down by 3 as Kyle Pitts gets lifted off his feet. And we're trying to eat off as much clock as possible and score this touchdown to where they don't have time to come back and answer. Handoff. Jonathan Taylor up the middle. Great run for the 1st down. Third and 8 here. Rolling to his right. And all day to throw, and he just kind of throws that one away and actually playing it safe here for once. We're going to go ahead and kick our 3. Why? Mostly because there's still 4 minutes left, so even if they score, I've already got it in my head already. If we do give up another touchdown and we can't stop them here, we are going for 2. I'm letting you guys know now so you're not surprised. We will be going for 2 and either winning or losing this game on our next drive. Now, it all depends, though, because our defense could stop Miami here. And if they could, that would be great. As that's Evans in the backfield, catching a little swing route. The go I formation here. Handoff up the middle. You know we're there to stop it. I don't know why y'all would be trying to run the ball right now. I get if you want to just run the ball just to try to, waste some time. But when you're not getting 1st downs like that, running the ball seems kind of pointless. But they do get it over to Tyreek over the middle. And they're wasting time too as well. They're trying to do our strategy here. Waste as much time, and I mean, at least for them, if they even get so much as 3 here, this game could be over. And we're closing in on a 2-minute warning. They'll snap it right before, and DeForest Buckner's in the, oh my goodness, he was in the backfield ready to make a play and then got shrugged out the way. But thankfully, we still get him for a loss. So 3rd and 11. I don't know why you would try to run there. That was not going to work or put you in field goal range. But instead, it ends up giving us the ball back, and we're not using our timeouts. We're saving all 3 of them. We'll have roughly about 1:15 here after the return by KJ Hamler. Going back to his right, trying to look left, and gets taken down at the 24-yard line. We'll have exactly 1:14 to get at least in the field goal range with all of our timeouts still ready to go. Looking, throws. Ooh, we are so lucky that didn't get picked off by the linebacker. He was just standing there looking at an interception, though. But Mo Alley Cox got our back here. As y'all remember him, yeah, the man before Kyle Pitts that was making big plays, back making big plays again. We're going hurry up. We're not using a timeout yet. We still got 40 seconds. I want to catch them while they're off guard, while they're sleeping. Hand off to Jonathan Taylor up the middle. And then we use our 1st timeout. Of course, here, we can play for just field goal if we need to. As we're going to go ahead and throw this one over the middle to Jonathan Taylor, getting taken down at the 33 as Miami actually using one of their timeouts. We'll drop back yet again, looking. Rolling to the right, nobody's open, and he throws it away before getting sacked. Thank goodness. If he had got sacked, the game would have basically been all but over at that point, at least going to overtime. As we'll come right back here with a little screen pass. Flag is down on the field, as that is a great 1st down. Good stiff arm to jerk your way forward. Pause. If you didn't hear what I said, don't worry about it. As there's a penalty flag there. Roughing the passer. We're going to go ahead and add that on and get up to the 9-yard line. With 25 seconds left, we can score this if we need to. Anthony Richardson to the right side, and that's a fumble. Ball's on the ground. Ooh. Anthony Richardson almost got cut. I'm not gonna lie to you, we almost started offering up trades for Anthony Richardson and finish the year out with Teddy Bridgewater. If he had fumbled that rock, I swear we would have. And that would have made a whole interesting technique for the series. But thank you, Alec Pierce, actually making his 3rd play of the game. I guess I was wrong with the 1-2. But it actually leads us here to an ice field goal. 12 seconds left. I accidentally called the timeout a little bit too soon. I could have let some more time drip off. But Miami then calls their timeout. And Matt Gay. I mean, it's from like 18 yards out. So this is basically an old school extra point when they were easy. As we'll go ahead and just chip this one in. Nice and good. And Indianapolis takes the lead back here. There's still 10 seconds left. 1 timeout for Miami if they can get in field goal range with a good return. And we've seen returns go to the house. Actually 2 in 1 game. So this ball game is far from over as Miami gets taken down at the 21. And you've got 6 seconds left. If you can get a lucky Hail Mary play here, maybe use the last time out to get the field goals. They're going to throw it towards the sideline. That is not going to be good enough. The time was run out. That wasn't deep enough. And thankfully, somehow, some way, Indianapolis walks out of this with a dub. Miami played a hard-fought game. It was back and forth the entire way. And we only walk out of this thing winning by 3 points. But man, oh man, have I not had a tough game like this. It seemed like every time we were getting a stop, they would stop us. Every time we would score, they would score right back. And you can see we led for majority of the whole game, though, at least at the end of the quarter. So no back and forth for real like that. But, you know, thank you for the field goal that we held them to in the second. The 2 field goals that we got in the fourth would have loved touchdowns, but it is what it is. And they were just outplaying us. We had 211 yards on the ground, 270 through the air. Red zone, we got to still work on that. 3 for 6 is not going to cut it against even better opponents. We were just lucky that Miami is kind of slacking this year. Held time of possession pretty good as Tua, 25 for 34, over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Anthony Richardson, only 2 touchdowns, 1 pick himself. So shout out to him with that. Another 100-yard rushing game for Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson. I don't know why I keep saying other Anthonys. I just said Anthony Edwards. That boy probably could come to the league though and get 100 rushing yards. I ain't gonna lie to you. Devon Arcane is hurt still after the end of the game, 4 for 86 in a touchdown. But if you take off the 75-yard run, my boy was really 3 for 11. So I mean, we were really holding them outside of that big run we gave up. Tyreek 7 for 140, 3 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle had 91. But also shout out to Kyle Pitts here, man. 6 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns for him as well. And his longest was only 28. So my boy was just literally eating on every single catch, getting big chunks, averaging 17 a catch. So shout out to him. Jonathan Taylor led us catches right after him. The receivers were kind of held up today, hemmed up by the Miami Dolphins secondary. As our defense too as well played pretty good. DeForest Buckner, 2 tackles for loss, so nothing insane. Samson Ibukum ended up getting a sack. And we did get that interception from Kenny Moore Jr., further increasing his interception total on the season. But that will lead to next week's game against Chicago, who they are 2-6. So once again, we will have obviously multiple games in this video. As you can see here, we have an actual breakout player chance too. So that might give this game just a little bit more meaning. As this is breakout DB. Don't tell me Kenny Moore Jr. about to like upgrade to, what was he? I think he's at star. I think he's going to upgrade him to superstar if that's him. I'm trying to think. Go ahead and put your comments, predictions down below. And it's actually Pierre Collins, the rookie. Okay. He wants to go ahead and have a big day. He's normal development, so the star could really, really help. I think he's 21 or is he 21 or 22? I think he's 21. We have to hold them to 200 yards or less or get Collins an interception, fumble, tackle for loss, or sack. The 200 or less might be doable. They have a dual threat quarterback, so you know Justin Fields is going to be trying to move out of the pocket. We might be able to hold him under 200. Maybe just make them run the ball a lot. Maybe give up runs on purpose so that they think the run game is it. Now, Justin Fields through this point in the season has only thrown for just barely over 1,000 too as well. So we could hold this team pretty low. And we'll kind of keep track of that as the game goes on to see if Pierre Collins gets his breakout player chance here. As look, there goes Justin Fields running already. He had a chance to throw, but he chose to use them legs and actually gets himself a big time gain getting close to midfield. Come right back with another read option here, giving it to the halfback. And yeah, the only reason I know those are read options now is because we run read options too, so I know what it looked like. Because this one's a direct handoff right up the middle. And DeForest Buckner is there all the way. Already getting them TFL started off early. Need another game where you got like 4 or 5, 6 of them things as they go empty here. Dropping back, looking around. Fields taking off with his legs again. Bumps off one tackler. Then it takes 3 to go in and get him down to the flow. As Franklin made first contact there and bounced him back a little bit. But will stall out their drive and lead things over to a real leg mover. As Anthony Richardson will go ahead and slide into the game. Almost 700 more yards than Justin Fields does. So we'll see what type of Richardson we're going to see today. Are we going to see pass heavy or run heavy? Coming off a game where he had over 100 yards on the ground. We'll see if he wants to use that arm a little bit more as he throws this one deep down the field. And that's almost yicked in the first play. I see the vision there. I think Pitts was open, maybe a little bit more to the right side or a floater. That might have been caught. But because of that, we have 3rd and 3 here. Gun formation. Clean pocket. Throws it over the top as it was deteriorating and none of the receivers wanted to get open. Everybody was just straight up bunched up and closed up. As the Bears coming here, they will have a pass attempt deep down the field. There's a flag on the play here. This has to be like roughing the passer or illegal contact or something. I would say with how late it was and the timing of it, had to be one of those two because I did see one of our DBs or linebackers bump a receiver there late. That's on 2nd and 10 here, getting up closer into the red zone. They'll hand it off up the middle and get a big gain here by Khalil Herbert. Fields in the gun playing good here. Looks like a read option. Play action, and they got him slipping. Julius Brents yet again giving it up in man coverage. DJ Moore. Oh, it's going to be a long day. I might end up having to move Vince out there if we're going to run more man coverage. Shoot, did y'all see that catch, bro? Kyle Pitts is just an animal. Ever since he's joined this team, my man's numbers have been, I feel like they've been better when he was with Atlanta. I feel like our passing game has gotten better just because we have a bigger option too as well that I feel a little bit more comfortable getting those tight body catches into. And I can't believe that Jonathan Taylor's first rushing attempt came here midway through the first quarter. As here we have a deep ball down the field, finally finding a receiver wide open. That is Alec Pierce making one of them 3 plays this game. Wide open on that deep ball. If we only had a little bit more speed, we would have been in the cribbo right now. So we're going to go ahead and drop back, throw this one out to Kyle Pitts, and that's a great knockdown. I think if Anthony Richardson just rolls to his left and throws it with him, that might have been caught. Instead, we'll just have to settle for our 3 here. That one goes in and goes a little bit to the left there, up the uprights, not dead center. And because of this, we actually not only have given the Bears a touchdown, but we actually are losing this game. Of course, we don't want to fall victim to the trap game, so offense is able to get the ball back here early in the second quarter. Throw goes out. That's Kyle Pitts. That's a dot. What a dot. To get that one right past the linebacker's head, right into his hands. And Kyle Pitts, great job for holding on to that one through contact. Puts us right on our side of the field. 1st and 10 here. We're going to go with the direct handoff to Jonathan Taylor. Getting the blocks from the receivers. Got a little bit too close to Josh Downs there, though. And he will be taken down, but not before getting us a huge first down at the 31. Followed by a huge sackaroni by Montez Sweat. 2nd and 20. Trying to drip off some time here. So we're going to go ahead and drop back. Pressure looks like it's coming. Michael Pittman Jr. with a great catch there. And he gets all them yards back. Tries the juke move. It doesn't work, but he's in the red zone now for us. Getting taken down at the 16. We'll stay shotgun here. As Taylor is offset in the backfield, we'll go right to him. Nowhere to kind of move, though, as he gets taken down by the linebacker for a short game. But we are getting closer to scoring here. You know, the red zone is our territory. Looking, fires it in the end zone, goes up and catches it. That's Kyle Pitts. Look at the chemistry on that one. Knowing that his receiver's running with him, going towards the sideline, wants to get him in the end zone. He just kind of throws him backwards, and Pitts just fades back and catches it. Linebacker couldn't come and make a play. And because of that, we not only take our lead back, but we also get another defensive stop here. And now the team's looking like the Colts that we know as it is. 2nd and 10 here. Ball is on the opponent's 47 as the second quarter is coming to a close, coming up on halftime. Throw goes out to Kyle Pitts here. He shrugs off one tackler for the first and gets taken down at the 32-yard line. We are now officially in field goal range. Throws it out once again. Has Josh Downs making his couple plays in the game. 9 for 14 today. Not a bad completion percentage for Richardson. Actually looking like he might be able to throw the ball well today. Is Jonathan Taylor too as well. starting to get his legs moving. As we have about a minute and a half left to go. Still no timeouts used on either side. We're trying to drip as much of this as possible because we know we're getting into the end zone, baby. Jonathan Taylor slides through one tackler, and he's in the cribbo and playing the orchestra to the audience here in Chicago. As we go ahead and go into halftime with a 17-7 lead here. They have more snaps on us than but we're producing more with our offensive yards. As we come into halftime to check out some of the other scores around the league. Who do we got here today? Any division games going on? Houston playing the Jets at home, losing 14-7, trying to fall even further out of the playoff race. I respect it. Aaron Rodgers having a good game, 106 and a touchdown for him. The Titans are also playing Buffalo. You know they're getting beasted and feasted on. Not too bad, 14-7 at the half. Bills looking for win number 7 on the year. Try to keep that one loss. As we'll come back out after the second half. And immediately the first thing that we see here, a deep ball here. That's not even really that deep. This is just a lot of running room as Kenny Moore Jr. sold out on the press coverage, got beat. And because of that, the Bears are able to open up the second half, scoring first and making this a 14-17 game. Now it's 14-20 after we were able to go ahead and at least get a field goal on our next drive, hold them. And then here going and closing into the fourth quarter, have a 20-14 lead. Hand off up the middle. Jonathan Taylor moving out of the way of his offensive lineman, getting enough for the first down. Twins left. Tight end in the on the offensive line. Hand off to Jonathan Taylor for another first. And just like that, we have trips to the right. We're going to go pass again. Let's see if anybody gets open. Throw goes out the circle there. That's Alec Pierce. Play number 2 on the game. I told y'all it's at least, I think we can at least probably safely say 2 to 3 plays a game that he's going to make. We're going to hand this one off to Jonathan Taylor going up the middle. And he gets enough to get us onto our side of the field at least. As it'll be 2nd and 3. Clock is still dripping. We are eating up a lot of that. As here we're about 8 minutes left to go in the game as we're staying in bounds with every play too as well. Really trying to get out of here as we're finally under 7 minutes to go. Looking, scans the field, finds a wide open Michael Pittman Jr. as nobody's over there on the right side of the field. Unfortunately, it's taken out of bounds. So the clock will stop here. We're at about 5.5 to go. And then Anthony Richardson getting sacked. Montez Sweat getting in the backfield again, but will go down with an injury here. As it is 3rd and 27 for Indianapolis. We have to make a play, at least get into field goal range. We're going to throw this one up. And oh my gosh, if Richardson has better accuracy, that's probably 6. As Kyle Pitts had his man beat. One-on-one with, I couldn't tell if that was a linebacker or safety. But thankfully, we are still in field goal range at the 40. If we can get it in there, and we will. 57-yard field goal. At least we know we can make those with Matt Gay. It's always good to know what your kicker's range is, especially as we get closer to playoff time. And now we at least have a 9-point lead here, so they're going to have to score twice if they want to go ahead and get this game back in order. As Kenny Moore gets beat again by DJ Moore. And at least knocks him out of bounds, though. So clock's still moving here. About 4:45 to go. As Justin Fields will take off up the middle. Clean daylight going all the way up. And that is a huge 22-yard gain getting them to the 25. They're going to go no huddle off of that, too, as well. 3rd and 12 here. Throwing to the corner of the end zone. Swatted down by Kenny Moore. Finally making a play and holding them to 4th down. They're just going to go and take their 3. I mean, they have all 3 timeouts. 3 minutes to go. They get 1 stop. They'll be in a great position to take the lead back after that kick is up, and it is good. Makes this a 6-point ball game now, so we have to hold rock here, and we have to get up out of here. A first down could do it. As, of course, you already know we're going to run the ball, eat up this clock. It looks like they're not going to use their timeouts yet. We're going under 2.5 minutes to go officially on 2nd and 11. We're going to look to pass here as we get this throw out to Mo Alley Cox. Getting down at 3rd and 4. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning in the first play out of it. If we can get a first down here, that can mess up their whole strategy. Throw goes out. We have him catching the ball, but he's down short. We have to win this game now. This could be very risky. Jonathan Taylor gets the first down. The Bears ended up calling a timeout, but it didn't matter. That was the game sealer. I was so scared going for that because they had stopped a couple of our runs up close. That's why this game was close as it was. They were stopping a lot of our runs. But I had to trust in Jonathan Taylor for the one time. We lined up in a good formation that really spread them out. I don't know if they were ready for the run or or just afraid of the pass, but they almost still managed to get off the offensive line and tackle us in the backfield. But thankfully, we were able to go ahead and come out of this game, not only with the 23-17 victory, but I think this is one of the first times this season that Anthony Richardson has thrown for over 300 yards. 400 yards of total offense. Of course, 278 because, they take off the sack yards. But Richardson threw for 308. So shout out to him actually passing for over 300 yards. Shout out to the defense holding the Bears to 17. It's one of the most normal games that we've seen as far as low scoring goes, as we were 4 for 4 in the red zone today. So good job with that. 28 minutes of ball time, over 13 minutes more than them. And then Richardson 21 for 34, 308, a touchdown, 2 picks. Imagine if those 2 interceptions weren't there, this game would have been really wild. And then Fields 196 and 2 touchdowns and interception. My boy only threw 196. He's 4 yards short. Thank you for running it with your legs. Those 59 yards that he rushed help us out, as I think that would be enough to go ahead and get Pierre Collins his development upgrade, which will get him the star development, which will be such a big help here. As you can see here, looking at the receivers, Kyle Pitts 7 for 92 and a touchdown. Good job for Josh Downs and Michael Pittman Jr. Defensively, TFL's DeForest Buckner is back to his normal self with 4 of them things, even getting a sack for him, Franklin and Juan Barrett. And of course, Kenny Moore Jr. getting the interception that he deserved. Pierre Collins' stats on the day was 5 tackles, 4 solos, and 1 assisted. Pretty much all that he did today. But as a team, we held them under 200 yards. So I appreciate you putting in my talent to good use. Pierre Collins is now star development and will get a little bit more faster development for his traits. So definitely much needed, and a 5,000 XP boost for all DBs, which led to him actually getting a skill point upgrade here. So shout out to that too as well. As the first thing I want to do is, I think this is one of the first times we've actually been able to upgrade him. Thankfully, he's getting this boost to start up, so maybe more will come. 79 zone coverage, 73 tackle, 65 man is pretty low because we do like a lot of man coverage. I know I want him playing zone in deep third, but he's also not in the 80s on that yet either too as well. 78 overall zone safety. I think a hybrid mix here could work to get a little bit of zone coverage and a little bit of man, as his overall doesn't move up at all. He gets +4 man coverage, so I was hoping for a little zone, but I'll take +4 man, as that makes him a 76 overall hybrid, 75 run support, and moves his man coverage up to a 69 overall. Getting those 2 things closer and more balanced with his 92 speed could be a major help for our zone hawk. Now, of course, a quick look at the standings here is the 49ers are still undefeated at 9-0. Us, the Cowboys, Bills, and Ravens, the only teams left at 1 loss. Us and the Cowboys, the only ones that are 8-1. It's got a long season, but finally we're not the worst team out of the group now. We're actually the best of the teams left with 1 loss. And we'll see how long the 49ers can keep their streak going. So next time out, I think we're going to go ahead and get through 3 games here. First time we're going to drop a 3-piece for you guys. Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and Buffalo. Tennessee is 1-7, obviously falling further and further out of contention. The Steelers, I think, are under 500 now, but Buffalo will actually be our first test against a team that only right now has 1 loss, so it'll be a tough game for us. So I look forward to it. Hopefully you guys are ready for that game too, as well as our bye week is after that, and then we'll get a bye week episode as well as maybe play a couple more games. If you guys are enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps share out to more people. Really want to hit that goal of 1K and really get this series seen by more, so we can all have fun with it and lead this thing straight into MLB The Show. So if you guys are enjoying the series, it's been your boy SGG, aka the King of Kings, aka Head Coach Smooth, or should I say Head Coach Cooper. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I'm going for the day. Later.